A young man calls his parents in the dead of night, his voice trembling with fear. He says he's stranded on a desolate road. They rush to find him. But then mid-call, he gasps. Oh shit, the line goes dead. Brandon Swanson was never seen again. No body. No clues. Just gone. What happened that night? Why did his last words sound so terrified? And why has no one, not even the police, been able to explain his disappearance? Let's uncover the disturbing mystery of Brandon Swanson, if we dare. It was May 14th, 2008, an ordinary spring night in Minnesota. Brandon Swanson, a 19-year-old college student, had just finished celebrating the end of the semester with friends. He wasn't drunk, at least not according to his friends. He had a few drinks, but nothing that would make him lose control. At around midnight, he got into his car and started driving home. It should have been a simple 30-minute trip, but something went terribly wrong. Brandon accidentally drove his Chevy Lumina into a ditch on a rural gravel road. He wasn't hurt, but his car was stuck. Frustrated but calm, he grabbed his phone and called his parents. It was 1:54 a.m. when Brandon's father, Brian Swanson, answered the phone. His son sounded irritated but not panicked. "Dad, I'm stuck. Can you come get me?" His parents immediately jumped into their pickup truck and drove to the location Brandon described, near the town of Lind. But when they arrived, Brandon wasn't there. They called him back. "I swear I'm right here," Brandon insisted. "I can even see the lights of Lind in the distance." But there was no sign of him. For the next 47 minutes, Brandon kept talking to his parents as he walked toward what he thought was town. His parents drove up and down every road, flashing their headlights, honking the horn. But Brandon couldn't see them. And they couldn't see him. It was as if he was in a different reality. Then, the call took a terrifying turn. At 2:30 a.m., still on the phone, Brandon suddenly stopped walking. There was a long silence. Then, in a voice filled with fear, he whispered, "Oh shit." A strange rustling noise came through the phone. Then the line went dead. His parents tried calling him back, again and again. No answer. Brandon was never heard from again. At 6:30 a.m., after hours of searching, Brandon's parents called the police. But the authorities didn't take it seriously at first. They assumed Brandon had gotten drunk, passed out, and would come home later. His parents knew better. Finally, after several hours of delay, the police traced Brandon's last known location. It wasn't in Lind. It was near Porter, Minnesota, 25 miles away from where he thought he was. But how? Did he hallucinate the lights of Lind? Was he somehow lured away? Or was he never in Lind to begin with? Police and search teams combed the area. Helicopters, dogs, volunteers. Nothing. The only clue they found? Brandon's car. But there were no signs of a struggle. No footprints leading anywhere suspicious. Just emptiness. It was as if he had vanished into thin air. 1. The river theory. Did he drown? Some believe that Brandon fell into the Yellow Medicine River, which was near his last known location. If true, his body could have been swept away. But there's a problem with this theory. Search dogs traced Brandon's scent to the edge of the river, but then picked it up on the other side. If he had drowned, his body should have surfaced, but it never did. So if he crossed the river, where did he go after that? The foul play theory. Was someone waiting for him? Some believe Brandon encountered something, or someone dangerous. His last words, "Oh shit," suggest immediate fear. The sudden end to the call hints at a physical interruption. His disappearance is eerily similar to cases where people are hunted in remote areas. Was he abducted? Did someone attack him in the dark? Or was something even worse lurking in those fields? The paranormal theory, a glitch in reality. Brandon was sure he was near Lind. But he wasn't. He described seeing the town's lights, but they didn't exist where he was. He and his parents searched the same roads, but never found each other. His call ended in a way that felt unnatural, like reality itself had shifted. Some people believe Brandon stumbled into another dimension, a thin place where reality folded in on itself. And when he realized it, he whispered, "Oh shit," because he knew he was trapped. Brandon Swanson's case remains one of the most disturbing disappearances in modern history. His parents never stopped searching. Every year, they walk the fields where their son was last seen. But he is still missing. His last words still haunt everyone who hears them. And the question remains, what did Brandon see that night? And why did he disappear without a trace? If you ever find yourself stranded on a dark road, if you ever feel like something is watching you, and if your phone call suddenly cuts out after whispering, "Oh shit," you may already be too late. Brandon Swanson's case remains one of the most haunting mysteries of all time. His story is a chilling reminder that sometimes people don't just go missing, they vanish. What do you think happened to Brandon? Let us know in the comments. And remember, stay out of the dark.